At this point in time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we all know it's too much to ask for them to actually stay true to the comic books. And it looks like for She-Hulk, not only are they deviating from the comic book origin story, but also, in MCU fashion, they're going to go ahead and emasculate another character just to prop up this one. And you can see from this Bounding Into Comics article, She-Hulk Disney Plus series to remove Bruce Banner's role in Jennifer Walters' origin, depict her as being the better Hulk. And interestingly enough, right now, if you look online, a lot of people, a lot of Marvel fans, a lot of Hulk fans are getting frustrated with the Hulk that we keep getting in the MCU. So before we even get to this, before we even get to the trailer, before we talk about the origin story changing, all that stuff, let's look at what people are saying about the Hulk. The regression of Hulk in the MCU should be considered a war crime. And you can tell the way it changed. Of course, we went through a recasting frame and stuff like that. Then obviously we had Mark Ruffalo come along, and Mark Ruffalo's now been turned into essentially like the Professor Hulk type of person where he's half Hulk, half him. And people are pointing out this. This is the Hulk we now get. Dad Hulk with his glasses on doing a thunderclap. Like that's what we have now compared to this Hulk. And a lot of people aren't happy about it. How did we go from this Hulk to this Hulk? Poe's Law. Wild how Hulk went from looking like a giant rage monster to a schlubby 75-year-old dad who does curls. And you can see the tweet that he's replying to, right, or that he's quote tweeting right here. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time since 2008, the Incredible Hulk does the thunderclap. How has it been that long since we've seen that? It's pretty embarrassing, but I guess at least you're seeing it now, Marvel fans. And to surprise of few, the latest previews for She-Hulk Attorney at Law have confirmed Marvel's next Disney Plus outing will be a textbook example of the MCU's current direction, as not only will the series portray the Jade Giantess as a stronger, more competent version of Bruce, but also change her origin in order to make her story more independent from her male cousins. At the San Diego Comic-Con trailer, which came out right here, this is the one we're going to be talking about, I will say it's only got 100,000 dislikes to 500,000 upvotes, so definitely not near the type of backlash we've seen for things like Lord of the Rings or other Disney properties over the past, couple months and years. But it's not like it's overwhelming support, a decent number of dislikes on this video right here. But anyway, the former aspect of her character was first revealed in the series, which made its public debut on July 23rd. Therein, Jen can be seen responding to Bruce's demonstration of how to use her newfound super strength by hurling a larger rock with less effort. And let's just watch this little part that they're talking about. This is where Bruce is saying, this is going to be a multi-year journey. It takes a lot of training and takes a lot of all this stuff. And we're going to see Jennifer Walters not really have a tough time with it.
Who's your best friend?
Nikki.
Spandex. Spandex is your best friend. Being a Hulk asks for balance. You have so much more to learn. Yes!
So I'm clearly nailing it at all these things.
Even doing the thunderclap there. Now, do I think in the series itself it's probably going to be like, oh, she's overconfident, oh, there's some things that she doesn't know, oh, she's going to need more training? I probably think that is going to be the case, but this is how they're advertising it right now. That she's basically just able to do all this stuff, no problem, and Hulk's like, if you want to go back to being an attorney, I get it, and that's exactly what she does. So a lot of people are pointing to that. It's just typical MCU. The fact that we get to see her do a thunderclap and then probably Hulk do a thunderclap as well in this series when we haven't seen one from him in over a decade just kind of shows how insane this is. It should be noted that at this point in the MCU's timeline, Bruce has been living with his gamma-fueled self for 15 years. While Jen has been a member of the Hulk family for, and that's being extremely generous, presumably no less than 6 months. Another thing that they do a little bit different than the comic origin, I think I understand why. In this, it's a car accident. Jennifer Walters and Bruce Banner are involved in a car accident. Somehow, Bruce gets bloodied in some way, and she ends up taking in a little bit of his blood. They explained this in this I'm a Hulk trailer. That's where we got basically all of the info on this. I'm a Hulk. In footage playing underneath the actress's voice, the accidental exposure is shown to come from her rescuing Bruce from a wrecked vehicle after the two are involved in an accident. So she rescues Bruce and ends up getting his blood in her. Well, if you know about her origin in the comic books, after she gets basically gunned down, Bruce does an emergency blood transfusion to save her life with the realization that it could affect her in some sort of way. That's what we see in the comics. Of course, you can't have that. Can't have something like that. Can't have a man saving a woman's life that way and, infringing on her rights to maybe be a Hulk or something. It has to be an action from her, right? She went there and she saved him and she had to pay this price. But people are laughing at it because, once again, even though the VFX undoubtedly is improved from where we saw it before, and we've heard reports of the Marvel VFX artists are quitting because they're tired of how overworked they are from Marvel. When you look at some of these shots, it still does not look very good. It looks embarrassing, and the idea that you're going to have an entire series like this, I don't think that bodes very well. But what do you guys think? It looks like more of the same from the MCU with She-Hulk. Let me know in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.